Hello, my name is Harris Gilbert. I'm a lawyer at the law offices of Gilbert and Smallman, coming to you live and direct from Hollywood, Florida. I'm going to talk to you today about drug crimes in the state of Florida. If you've been arrested for a drug crime in the state of Florida, there are probably some things you don't know. First of all, if you're convicted of any drug crime in Florida, you will have a 2-year license suspension, and that will be honored by the DMV across the nation. Another aspect is, even though in a lot of other states, crimes such as possession of marijuana are only a fine or not illegal, in the state of Florida they are. Possession of marijuana under 20 grams in the state of Florida is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 364 days in the county jail. For more serious crimes, for other controlled substances such as possession of cocaine, possession of crack cocaine, possession of heroin, simple possessions of higher classified drugs than marijuana are known as third-degree felonies. For a third-degree felony in the state of Florida, you can face up to 5 years in prison. Now, for the sale of any of those narcotics, you can face up to 15 years for possession with intent, which means possessing the items in a manner that is such that it appears that you are a drug dealer. For example, if you have many different baggies of narcotics, if you possess a large amount of narcotics and have other materials with you, such as a scale, a large amount of money, things that lend people to believe that you may be a drug dealer, that may relate to you being charged with possession with intent or sale of narcotics. Now, there's also the more serious crime of drug trafficking. In the state of Florida, there are certain thresholds that once you have that amount of the narcotic, you are now at that point being charged with trafficking. So, if you have, for example, the amount of cocaine over 28 grams, at that point you're going to be charged with trafficking. In addition to being charged with trafficking, there are minimum mandatory sentences. Now what that means is if you are convicted by a jury, there's a minimum mandatory number of days that you will have to serve in prison. Now that can range from 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 25 years, depending on A, the drug you have, and B, the amount of it. The more you have of a drug, the more likely you are to have a higher minimum mandatory possible sentence. Now, you're probably asking, well, that's great, Harris. You've told me about all these things that can happen if I'm convicted. Now, what can I do for you? Well, as a trained criminal defense lawyer, there are certain things that we look for in drug crimes. First of all, why were the cops talking to you? If they did not have probable cause to be investigating you, we file what's known as a motion to suppress. We have been successful in filing these motions to suppress and having cases thrown out entirely. In addition, a lot of times people will be put in a situation where drugs were found on them, but they didn't know that they were there. For example, if someone gives another person a package and that person didn't tell you what's in the package, you then get arrested with that package. You will have the affirmative defense of knowledge. Now, it is true that it is an affirmative defense, meaning that you will have to raise it. So, in order for you to raise that you had no knowledge, you may have to testify. You may have to present other evidence, which shows to the fact that you do not have knowledge of what was in that package. If a jury finds that you did not have knowledge, you will be found not guilty. It is the essential elements of the crime. Now, I know that this is a lot, and if you're facing a drug crime, you're probably very scared and very concerned about your future. Being convicted can not only affect your life in many different ways, it can affect your license. It can affect your history of employment down the road. So it's very important that if you're facing a drug crime, that you have a lawyer on your side. Do not fight these cases alone. Contact someone like myself or my law partner, Andrew Smallman, at the law offices of Gilbert and Smallman. We take pride in representing clients throughout the state of Florida, and our cell phones are readily available 24/7. If you have a question, you can always get in touch with us. Harris Gilbert from Law Offices of Gilbert and Smallman. Visit our website, www.hgilbertlaw.com, to learn more about our practice and how we can help you if you've been charged with a drug crime.